Welcome back. This year is the 9th year for SiouxperCon, a nonprofit fan convention benefiting Make-A-Wish, JY6, and Reach Literacy. The convention kicks off today, runs through the weekend with a line of celebrity appearances, and joining us now is one of those celebrities, actor and special effects fabricator, Billy Bryan. Billy, thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
How are you?
All right. It's great to be here.
You got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man there.
That's right.
We'll get to that in a little bit. You live out in Los Angeles.
That's correct.
Just talk about being involved in SiouxperCon. What do you think of the event
This
here?
is my first time at this convention, and so far I'm really impressed. They're really taking care of us.
I was reading your bio. You grew up loving the Muppets and Jim Henson.
That's right.
How did that inspire you to get in a career of really creating characters? 'Cause that's what you do.
It is. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Here, let me just take this off, and you can sit there.
Yep.
Stay.
That's all right.
When I was in high school, I watched a show called Muppets on Puppets. Jim Henson and Frank Oz had shot it for WGBH in Boston. And they showed how to make a lot of different kind of puppets, and then at the end they showed how to make a Muppet. We happened to have some foam around, just like this foam, and I followed their instructions, and all of a sudden I was obsessed with making puppets. My mom's best friend said, "Oh, you make puppets now, can you put on a puppet show next week for my
and you
son?"
did.
And I did. Didn't do really well on the midterms that I should have been studying for. Dad said, "So," when he saw my report card, he said, "So you're going to be a puppeteer for the rest of your life?" I hadn't thought of it, but when he suggested
it's worked out. Well, then you hitchhiked across the country.
That's
you
right.
Went to Los Angeles.
Hitchhiked, hopped freights, and got to LA.
And you started, and you became like, you have created some iconic, all right, let's just talk about this. The Stay Puft Marshmallow. Everyone remembers the movie Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Explain how that all came about. That's one of your big
it is.
creations.
I've been working at Sid and Marty Crofts. Remember HR Puffin stuff and things. I wasn't working on that. It was Barbara Mandrell's sister wanted to go on the road, and so we were rebuilding the Texas Critters that Barbara had on her show, and so we're building those, and I'm working with a friend, Mark Siegel. We got to be pals, and his next job was to sculpt the still suits for Dune. He went over there. He started working on it. He said, "Actually, these shouldn't be sculpted and cast. They should be fabricated out of foam." And I know just the guy. He brought me in. So we made about 300 of those still suits. And then one of the folks that we hired to help build them, Linda Frobos, went on to sculpt the actual heads for Stay Puft on Ghostbusters. And she called and asked, "Well, how would you build the suit if you had to?" And so I started to explain how, and she said, no, why don't you come on in and interview and do it.
Is that you actually in the costume in the movie, knocking buildings over?
I got the gig to build it and to wear it.
In the movie?
I did not wear it during the burns. When it's on fire.
Yeah. That's right, I forget.
My
wife,
wife,
it melted. And,
she said she would divorce me if I wore a burning suit. Well, she did, but it wasn't because of that.
Well, not just the Stay Puft. Talk about some of the other movies and creatures and characters
actually,
you've made.
on YouTube, you can find Bill Bryan's resume rap, in which I describe, I've been a schmello, been a schweezel, been a bitch in a pit. Chucky wasn't done until I done my bit.
Chucky,
anyway,
the horror movie,
puppeteer
yes,
on
you
Child's
created
Play.
that.
I didn't create it. I helped puppeteer it.
Okay.
The still suits. There was an attempt to do Nicolas Cage as Superman, and so I built a suit. It was a regenerative suit of some sort, but it was like armor but clear. And then when Bicentennial Man was about to be made, I don't know if you remember Robin Williams as a robot. We got the gig because we could show that we had made all hard suit. And I ended up actually doubling Robin in the suit because we were the same size. We even made the suits to fit me. The bitch in a pit that I mentioned, sorry, that's from Army of Darkness.
Men in Black too?
Men in Black, that's right. I figured out a way to make effects out of plastic bags, out of flimsy, so in Men in Black, if you look for the creature, we called him Slug Guy, but then they gave him a name. Don't get too close to him; he's grouchy.
Okay.
That's what it was. And That was the one I was in.
Well, I'm sure you have no trouble finding work in Hollywood with all the things you're.
I seem to always get the call.
Talk about SiouxperCon. What if people come out and see you? I know there's going to be an autograph session. I know on Sunday.
Now I wore this T-shirt because it's a mashup of comic book and Stay Puft, and so at the SiouxperCon, people can come up and buy autographs. They might bring their toys, and I'll scribble my name on that, and they can compensate me for that. We have fun talking about how to build stuff.
All the cool stuff that you see in movies that I like iconic movies that you were a part of. That played a big part.
It's pretty exciting to think back. My kids are proud of me.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
My grandkids are proud of me.
Well, Billy, hey, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you for bringing the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man today.
Pleasure.
Enjoy your time in Sioux Falls at SiouxperCon.
I promise.
So people, if you come out and check out, get an autograph, and he's just one of the many celebrities that are here this weekend. All right, stay with us. Much more when we come back.